Perfect. So before I get started, let me just first tell you a little about myself and actually tell me a little about yourself, okay? So, Miss Denise, my name is Sekou Clarke. Before this company, I used to work at Popeyes, making like $10.50 an hour. Ma'am, during this time, COVID happened. I actually am getting evicted from where I used to live at, so I was technically homeless for a period of time. Luckily, Miss Denise, I kept in contact with a friend from high school. She offered me a place to stay, and her mom got me a job working at UPS. Now, Miss Denise, I'm not sure if you know, but I heard UPS is a good job. Like, man, they got benefits and such. At this time, they're paying me $15 an hour to put boxes on a conveyor belt. While at the same time, Denise, I was going to school. I was majoring in psychology. Now, I'll be honest with you, man. I had two problems in my life at this point. One being this. One is this. I don't like putting boxes on a book for $15 an hour. I was going to school for psychology. I wasn't too crazy about that, so I know I need to do something else. Now, Miss Denise, here's the cool part. Now, I'm Jamaican. My father's actually a reggae artist in Jamaica. Now, one of my dreams was growing up was I want to open up my own record label. I want to call it Superior Records. Don't steal that. See, Miss Denise, what I realize is this, man. When it comes to business in America, it doesn't just take musical knowledge, but it takes financial knowledge as well. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this company came into play. One day, my best friend asked me to take her to a job interview. Then, Miss Denise, I sat down with her trainer. He showed me a 20-minute presentation. Ma'am, I can work with him part-time, learn a lot about money. And Miss Denise, I've actually put myself in position now in the next 2 months, I'm opening up my own office. I mean, this is my office here, but I'm opening up another one right off Hollywood at 441. I'm currently...
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm currently looking for 7 to 10 key business partners, people looking to work for themselves, seeking entrepreneurship, or some part-timers looking to make an extra $1,500 to $3,000 a month. Now on that note, Miss Denise, where do you see yourself in the next 5, maybe 10 years?
Well, owning a home.
Okay, perfect.
Looking at my kids comfortable.
Really? How many kids do you have?
2 girls.
2 girls? How old are they?
3 and 6.
Oh, these are little penny of it. All right, perfect. 3 and 6. Because how old are you? What, 31, 32?
34.
Same difference. You was rounding up, I was rounding down. Question. Now you from Jamaica?
Yes, I'm Jamaican.
What part of Jamaica you from?
Westmoreland.
Oh, right now my father live in Kingston, up at Barbican Water, Wacumbia. My mother's from Spanish Town.
Oh. Oh, that's a long way, like
Yeah.
5 to 6 hour drive.
Yeah, you're on the whole other side of the island. Yeah.
We're on the North Coast.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, ma'am. So, question, what do you do for work right now?
I'm a home health.
How you loving it?
I do cleaning part-time.
All right, well, I'll tell you this, ma'am. So, it's 3 things I'm going to go over with you here today. One is a part-time opportunity. See, Miss Denise, I got something you can do working in office or working from home like how you are now. I can show you how to make an extra $1,500, $3,000 a month. Second thing I'm going to show you is this.
Good.
What I also have is I know our company Primerica. You sat down with us maybe a couple months ago, or maybe even a year ago.
A couple months ago.
What?
Was it in last year? I don't even remember how long.
Well,
But it's not that long. Not been a year.
Well, I'll tell you this. I like to see our company, well, man, we teach people how money works. Like, Miss Denise, let me ask you, do you work hard for your money?
Yes, I do.
Ma'am, I'm a firm believer your money should work hard for you. What does that mean? Your money's tied in equity, stock, real estate, property. Whatever it is, Miss Denise, your money's working for you and making you more money. Does that make sense?
True.
Now, my number 1 goal here today is this, right? One, I want to show you a part-time opportunity, something that you might be open to make some extra income. But also, I like to know if our information here is valuable enough that you might even want to refer some people over to me, all right?
Yeah.
Fantastic, Mr. Denise. Now, on that note, I'm going to show you a brief presentation on what it is that we do, and we'll see if it's something you find interesting, all right?
Okay.
Now, Mr. Denise, let me ask you, how long you been in the U.S.?
It's been a while, a long time.
Yeah, you sound like you did there some time.
I think 2011.
2011? So your kids were born here?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you this. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I do.
Perfect. So, Miss Denise, first things first, let me read to you a couple of credibles about our company. One thing is this, ma'am. So, Primerica, we're actually the largest independent financial services marketing company in all of North America. What does that mean? Denise, we're in all 50 states. Puerto Rico, Canada, and Guam. We're also a publicly traded company listed on the New York Stock Exchange and the PRI. I'm not sure if you're into investment stocks, that kind of thing. Here's what. I definitely recommend you invest in our business because our business is booming. Mr. Nice, we've been in business since 1977. We got over 5 million lives insured and over 2.5 million investment clients. Now, Mr. Nice, let me ask you a question. If you were to go buy flat screen TV right now, where would you go?
Repeat?
If you were to go buy a flat screen TV right now, what store would you go to?
Walmart?
Now, Mr. Nice, let me ask you, have you ever seen a TV made by Walmart?
No.
Now, how this works is real simple. We know what companies like Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, ma'am, they don't make anything. See, Mr. Nice, what they all work in is what we call the distribution business. Simply meaning what? Denise, they sell the products.
What?
Exactly. They sell the products and services of other companies and share the profits. Huh? Now,
Right.
Mr. Nice, primerica work the same exact way. Except, ma'am, I don't deal in retail products like a Walmart or electronic products like a Best Buy. See, with my company, we help people in its financial services. Huh? So, for example, Mr. Nice, we help people with life insurance. Huh? I help people with 401k plans, annuities and investments, mutual funds. Man, we also help people with legal and identity protection. So I show people how to set up a will, LLC, traffic tickets. Man, we help people with a car and home insurance or home security cameras through Vivint. Man, I help people with health insurance for seniors and mortgages. Now, question. Have you done any schooling in the U.S. since you've been here?
Yeah, I went to this home health school.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. But otherwise, that you mostly went to school in Jamaica?
Yeah, I went to school in Jamaica. I finished high school in Jamaica.
All right, perfect. And I'm assuming your 6-year-old goes to school here now. Well,
Huh?
I'm assuming your 6-year-old, she goes to school here now.
Yeah, my 6-year-old go to school here.
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Nice. When it comes to this financial aspect of our lives, man, we're talking life insurance, 401k plans, annuities, investments, mortgages. Mr. Nice, when you came to America, did America ever teach you anything about this stuff?
No.
So, Mr. Nice, would you say the fact that we never learned this information in school, would you say that's a good or a bad thing?
Well, I would say a bad thing.
You're absolutely right. Of course, why? Because people like me and you, we go to school for what? 10, 12, some cases, man, even 15 years. Well, they never teach us anything about what? Money.
Alright.
But now me and you, we enter the real world, the adult world, and guess what everything's about?
Money.
Exactly. How to keep it, how to save it, how to spend it, what to do with it. Well, can I tell you this? Here's the beauty of our company. Mr. Nice, I teach people this information for free. I mean, literally, every Tuesday night at my office, we do financial literacy classes. Well, man, we teach people about money, finance, investments, Mr. Nice, business ownership, how money actually works in this country. See, what our company's number one goal is to show families how to save money, become debt-free, and financially independent. Now, Mr. Nice, let me ask you,
Okay.
do any of the companies on this screen here look familiar to you? I mean, other than Primerica.
Yes.
Really, what comes to mind?
PPT. Let's see. Vivint. Lincoln Financial Mortgage.
Wow.
Let's. I think Rocket
Yeah.
Pro.
I'll tell you this. You know way more companies than me when I first seen this presentation. I heard of Vivint Home Security before, and I think my grandmother has Voya. Now, Mr. Nice, what I learned is these are actually some of the largest financial companies in the individual industries in which they work in. Now, Mr. Nice, don't get me wrong. Primerica, we deal in all this stuff. But our bread and butter, like as you know, the two main products we help people in is life insurance and mutual funds. Now, Mr. Nice, first being life insurance, do you know anything about life insurance?
Well, not too much.
Well, ma'am, let me ask you this. Right now, do you currently own your own life insurance?
No.
Well, Mr. Nice, I know usually talking to a responsible mom like yourself that has kids and a career she's working in, but doesn't own any of her own life insurance, ma'am, is usually one of three reasons. One is, Mr. Nice, you probably never thought you needed it. 2 was you didn't think you could afford it, or 3 was you just hadn't gotten around to it. Now to these two, which one you say best describes the situation?
Well, I've not gotten to that yet. I'm thinking about it.
I understand. So
Me
I
and
mean,
my husband were thinking about to get for our family.
I completely understand that. So I mean, otherwise that you do understand the importance of life insurance. Like you understand why you need it?
Right. Like, anything can happen.
Absolutely. So let me ask you a question then. Well, let me tell you this, man. Aren't you glad you met me? I mean, Miss Denise, on a serious note, let me ask you a question. If I was able to show you how you could get the right amount of coverage for your family at a reasonable cost to you every month, is there any reason why you wouldn't be interested in doing business with us?
No, if I could get a reasonable price, then sure.
Perfect.
I would be interested how to. I would like to learn how to.
Absolutely.
So I would be interested.
And that brings me to my next point, right? See, a lot of people don't know what life insurance is for exactly. See, Miss Denise, I believe life insurance has the wrong name. Like, you understand car insurance, right? What? Miss Denise, something happens to the car, we get a new or fixed car. Same concept pretty much with homeowners insurance, right? Something happens to our house, we get a new or fixed house. Well, Miss Denise, for life insurance, you're not getting a new or fixed life, right? Like, take it one step further, ma'am, it doesn't even protect your life. What it does protect is your income. See, let's just say, God forbid, Miss Denise, something would happen to you. Well, we know what? Your family wouldn't just lose you. They'll lose all the money you have coming in too, correct?
Right.
Well, in this event, you want life insurance. Why? So a lump sum of money can be paid out to your family so they can maintain their lifestyle or even live financially better. Now, Miss Denise, let me tell you the beauty of our company. Primerica, we show people how they can get the right kind of life insurance, which is term. Why is that? Well, Miss Denise, what this allows for people to do is they can get the most amount of coverage at the least amount of cost. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, next thing we help people in is mutual funds. Ma'am, do you know anything about mutual funds? Huh?
Yeah, mutual funds is like if you get sick or anything like that, you can withdraw that fund to help you.
Sort of, kind of. I guess that'll be more of an aspect of a mutual fund. But really what a mutual fund is for is this. Question, ma'am. Where do you think most people save their money right now?
I think at home in a safety deposit box.
You're right. I know some people then put their money in a shoebox, under the mattress. Most people put their money in what? The bank? Now, let me ask you a question, right? With your experience with the bank, does the bank hold your money or do they grow your money?
I don't think they hold it or it grow. I don't think none of that. I just think the banks are thieves.
That is the truth. Because what does the bank do with your money? Mr. Denise, they take it out, they go lend it to other people while they collect all the interest off your money and they give you what? 0.004%.
Right.
And banks got fees, maintenance fees, monthly fees, overdraft fees, all kinds of fees.
Certain amount of funds they take a monthly withdraw.
You see, yeah. Right. See, I know 2 facts about the bank. Mr. Denise, one is the bank will hold your money. Second fact is the bank is not your friend. And you know how banks make money? Well, I don't believe people should save their money at the bank. Ma'am, I think they should invest it. In what? Mutual funds. All this is, Mr. Denise, it's an account where you can put your money where now it's invested for you into a pool of stocks. So now, Mr. Denise, your money can start working for you and making you more money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, have you ever heard of this concept called generational wealth?
I think so.
Well, all that means is this, right? God forbid anything happens to you. You want to make sure that your kids' lives are better than the one you started off with, right?
Right.
That's called generational wealth. Do you want to know the fastest way to do that for your family?
No. What's the fastest way?
Life insurance and mutual funds. No 2 products have been more responsible for starting generational wealth for families in the last 70 years. Now, Miss Denise, I'm going to show you all that we do. You ready? So watch this. The average family I sit down with is like John and Mary. Miss Denise, they're each 35 years old. They went to school like me and you, where they did not learn anything about life insurance. And ma'am, they got what we call bad life insurance. See, I don't know if you ever heard of a thing called whole life, universal life policies with cash value, where you're able to like quote unquote borrow money from your life insurance.
Yeah.
Man, Mr. Denise, this is what we call bad life insurance. And I'm going to show you exactly how an example of one of these policies work. See, here is three things I don't like about this policy. One is, man, we got 100,000 on John. We got 100,000 on Mary. Combined cover for what? $200,000.
Yeah.
Now, combined they pay $250 a month for this policy. Now, attached to their policy is this cash value account. Ma'am, how it works is it's like a savings account attached to their life insurance. So now at age 65, well, they got $76,000 saved. Now, it's three things I don't like. First is, let me ask you a question, Mr. Denise. How much would you say the average 3-bedroom house costs right now where you live?
Well, where I live, there's only 2 bedroom, and some, like, I see people renting 2,100.
I got you. So let's say you're gonna go buy a 2-bedroom house outright cash right now in South Florida. How much money do you think that? How much you think the price of that mortgage would be?
I would say around 3,000.
All right. So that whole price of that house is easily what? $300,000-$400,000. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So watch this. Let's say John would have passed away. Ma'am, he leaves his wife Mary a check for $100,000. Is that enough money for to pay off the mortgage?
No.
Take care of the kids, raise the family. See, Miss Denise, we see what? This family's underinsured. Like, ma'am, they don't have enough life insurance. Now, second thing is this, Miss Denise. This family pays $250 a month for that.
Right.
Now, I don't know about you, man, but I think that's a lot of money to be paying for life insurance, especially only $200,000. But now, ma'am, the worst thing is this. Attached to their policy is this cash value account. How it works is it's like a savings account attached to their life insurance. So now, ma'am, at age 65, well, they got $76,000 saved. Now, if there's one reason why I think nobody should sign up for nothing that works like this, here's my issue. Miss Denise, let's just say, God forbid, John and Mary, they pass away. $200,000 goes to their loved ones. Ma'am, what do you think happens to the $76,000 they had saved?
Well, that goes to the insurance company.
Oh, so you know, the company keeps it. Problem is, whose money is this? Whose money is it?
It's John and Mary money, but it end up go to the insurance company, so the kids don't get any.
Exactly. Now you might be asking yourself, well, so cool, who would sign up for something that works like this? Man, let me give you some backstory on myself. See, I just told you. My father, he lives in Kingston, but he's originally from Montego Bay, a little country place called Moyal. And my mother comes from Spanish Town. Now, I'm not saying my parents weren't the most educated, but Miss Denise, when my parents came over to the U.S., do you think America ever taught my mom and dad anything about life insurance?
No.
So,
you see it on the advertisement.
They try to sell it to them, but they don't teach them about it. So,
No.
Miss Denise, what do you think corporate America is going to do because you don't know? Are they going to help you or are they going to take advantage of you?
Take advantage.
And this will end up happening to a lot of our people. Now, Miss Denise, I didn't know anything about this stuff either till I got licensed in the industry. Now, I'm able to show people a better alternative. See, watch this. Instead, Miss Denise, I say let's get $500,000 on John. Let's get $500,000 on Mary. Combine the cover for what? $1 million. Miss Denise, I showed this fella how to get a 30-year level term insurance. Now they only pay $100 a month. So now, Miss Denise, instead of $250, they pay $100, which now leaves us with $150. I showed this family how to save and go invest. Now, you seem like a bright young lady. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather pay? Exactly. Would you rather pay $250 a month for $200,000 or $100 a month for $1 million?
No. I would rather pay $100 a month for $1 million.
No brand any day of the week, right? Now, I want you to know this. John and Mary, they have another problem. See, Miss Denise, they save money, but they save money just like everybody else at the bank. And now, watch this, ma'am. John and Mary, they open up an IRA at their bank. Their money's only growing at 1.5%. And I'm talking, Miss Denise, for the next 30 years, they're putting away $100. Every month for the next 30 years, $100. Now, John and Mary, they're 65 years old. And Miss Denise, they only got $45,000 for retirement. Let me ask you. Let's say you and your husband are 65 years old in America, and you only got $45,000 for retirement. Ma'am, how long would that money last you to?
I don't think even last a year to how things are.
Absolutely. Ma'am, I give you about 6 months. Maybe a year if you budget it real tightly. But now, guess what? After you're 66 years old, ma'am, and you got no more money saved. What would you have to go do again?
Start working.
You don't think it's a true story? Mr. Niece, I want you to do a little experiment. Go to Publix Walmart even early in the morning. Walmart, tell me, who do you see working? 65-year-old, 70-year-old man pushing carts and stocking shelves.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, ma'am, do you think people...
My husband always said he wants to retire at an early age, like in his 50s. He don't want to wait older to retire.
I agree with you completely. Now, Mr. Niece, do you think people plan to fail or they fail to plan?
Well, they fail to plan.
And that's the case for most Americans. Now, all I do is I show people a better alternative. You see this? Mr. Niece, because I just don't have an insurance license, I also have an investment license, where I can show this family how to open up a mutual fund with a Roth IRA. Have you ever heard of a Roth IRA?
No.
Man, I'm about to change your life. See, let me explain it to you like this. See, there's a bully in America. Do you know what his name is?
A government?
Well, Uncle Sam. See, every time you make $1 in America, what does Uncle Sam want?
They want something out of it. They want back. You have to pay your taxes.
Exactly. Now, as an investor, what's my job for you, ma'am? How do I make you lots of money, but then again have you pay very little taxes? So instead of me telling you to put your money with a banker or put it in a 401k plan, when you take your money out, get taxed, I say let's put your money in a Roth IRA. So when it comes time for you to take your money out, you take it out what?
Tax-free.
Uncle Sam can't get a red cent. See, John and Mary's monthly contributions go to $250 a month. You have a question?
Huh?
I was asking if you had a question.
So this is a retirement plan?
Yes, ma'am.
That you pay monthly? Wait, let me get my husband.
Yeah, grab your husband.
You know, like a bills. Okay, this is my husband.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you. What's up?
Well, my name's Sekou.
And board retirement plan. See, okay, go ahead.
Matter of fact, I'm sorry, what's your name again, sir?
Devin.
Mr. Devin, I got something exciting I want to show you. Now, you see this? Mr. Devin, I was showing your wife two things. Now, I was showing her how I help people first and foremost with life insurance, and also how I show people invest their money for retirement. So I'm gonna just show you real quick what I showed her. Like, Mr. Devin, do you know anything about life insurance?
No.
See, I'll tell you this, man. My parents, they come from Jamaica. My mother's from Spanish Town, Jamaica. My father's from Montego Bay. I was telling your wife earlier, like, when our people come over to the U.S., do you think America ever teach them anything about life insurance?
No.
So, Mr. Devin, what do you think corporate America's going to do because you don't know? Are they going to help you? Or are they going to take advantage of you?
No, I'm going to take advantage.
And this is what happens to a lot of our people. Now, I didn't know nothing about this stuff till I got licensed in the industry. So, for example, the average family I sit down with, if you see my screen, sir, I got this couple named John and Mary, where they're each 35 years old. And first and foremost, Mr. Devin, when I met them, they had what we call bad life insurance. See, they have what we call a cash value policy, brother. I don't know if you ever heard of a thing called whole life, universal life policies, where you're able to, quote unquote, borrow money from your life insurance.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Devin, we call that bad life insurance. And let me explain why. See, there's three things I don't like about this kind of policy. See, Mr. Devin, as you see here, we got 100,000 on John, and we got 100,000 on Mary. Combined cover for what? $200,000, Now, brother, attached to their policy is this cash value account. Now, Mr. Devin, how it works is like a savings account attached to their life insurance. So now, age 65, well, they got $76,000 saved. Now, they also pay $250 a month for this policy. Now, here's the first thing I don't like about it. Mr. Devin, let me ask you a question. How much would you say the average house costs right now where you live?
About 250.
$250,000. So, Mr. Devin, let's say John would have passed away. He leaves his wife Mary a check for $100,000. Do you think that's enough money for to pay off the mortgage? Take care of the kids, raise the family?
No way.
First problem is what, brother? John and Mary, they're underinsured. Like my man, they don't have enough life insurance. Second thing is, brother, they pay $250 a month for that. Now, sure, I'm not sure about you, but I think that's a lot of money to be paid for life insurance, especially only $200,000. Would you agree?
For real.
Now, next thing is this. You see, a lot of people hear about these policies, be able to borrow money and take loans against your policy. Well, brother, let's pay attention to this, right? What does the word loan mean? Like, sir, if you loan me $1, what do I got to do back with that $1? I got to pay it back.
No. Yeah.
But, brother, I'm not just paying back that same $1. I'm paying it back with what?
The life insurance.
Well, I'm paying it back. Oh, so you know about these policies then. So let me ask you a question, sir. There's one reason I don't like about it. Let's just say, God forbid, John and Mary would have passed away. My man, $200,000 goes to their loved ones. What do you think happens to the $76,000 they had saved?
I don't know.
The insurance company keeps it.
Yeah.
My problem is, brother, whose money is this?
John and Mary.
That's John and Mary's money. Well, now you might be asking yourself, well, so who signs up for something that works like this? Well, first and foremost, I just told you, if we're not educated, corporate America's going to take advantage of us. But now, second thing is, brother, I'm be honest with you. How many people do you actually think go home and read their policy? I mean, line by line, page by page, cover to cover.
About 90% don't read it.
Man, 0.002% read it. Them policies be this thick, dog. So watch this. Now, I didn't know anything about this stuff either, sir, until I got licensed in the industry. Now I'm able to help out the community. See, here's what I do, brother. Instead, watch this. I get $500,000 on John. Mr. Devin, I put $500,000 on Mary. Now combined to cover for what? $1 million. My company, we show people how they can get a 30-year level term insurance to now, brother, they only pay $100 a month. Now, Mr. Devin, instead of $250, they pay $100. Brother, that leaves us with $150 for them to save and go invest. Now, Mr. Devin, let me ask you a question, sir. Would you rather pay $250 a month for $200,000 or $100 a month for $1 million?
I'd rather pay 100.
No brainer, brother. Any day of the week. Now, that's just one problem. Say that one more, sir. What'd you say? Now.
No, it's breaking up. Could you repeat?
Now, so that just solves one problem. Now let's talk about another issue John and Mary have. So, see, right now, you guys need life insurance. Y'all got young children. God forbid anything would happen to you. I'm pretty sure, Mr. Devin, you seem like a responsible man. You want to make sure your wife and kids are taken care of. Am I correct?
Exactly.
So, that's why you need life insurance. But 30 years from now, your youngest child is 33 years old. What's the number one thing on you and your wife's mind? Retirement.
Make sure, yeah.
How do you guys stop having to work? Well, watch what happens to John and Mary. See, John and Mary, I want you to know something, my man. This is a responsible family. Like, they have life insurance. They have a retirement plan. Mr. Devin, the only issue is they're a little ill-informed. See, Mr. Devin, they open up an IRA, but they save it where? At the bank. And their money's only growing at 1.5%. And Mr. Devin, I'm talking about for the next 30 years, what are they doing? They're putting away $100 every month. Every month they put away $100. Now, sir, they're 65 years old, and they only got $45,000 for retirement. Now, Mr. Devin, let me ask you a question, sir. Let's say you're 65 years old in America, and you only have $45,000 for retirement. Brother, how long would that money last you and your wife?
Not about a year, I would put it.
I give you about 6 months, maybe a year or two if you budget it real tightly, but now what? Mr. Devin, you're 65 years old. You're 66.
Every year, food, everything go up in a fucking year.
Exactly. So let's say you're 66 years old. You have no more money saved. What do you have to go do again?
Have to go look at work.
You don't think it's a true story, brother? Do a little experiment. Go to your local Publix, Walmart early in the morning. Who do you see working? 65-year-old, 70-year-old man pushing carts and stocking shelves. Now, let me ask you a question, sir.
I was talking to one of my friends the other day about the same thing. I see a lady in Walmart. He only can stand up straight and he's working.
Now, I bet you money, if you go ask that man at 30 years old, do you think you're going to be working at 66, 67? Am I going to tell you? Absolutely not. I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that, all kinds of lifestyle. But, sir, let me ask you a question. Do you think people plan to fail or they fail to plan?
They fail the plan that they have.
Exactly, and that's the case for most Americans. Now, Mr. Devin, here's all that we do. Instead, this was the thing I was showing your wife that got her excited. See, I showed her how we could open up a mutual fund. Brother, have you ever heard of a mutual fund?
No.
I'm assuming you've heard of like a 401k plan before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so a mutual fund is typically the investment inside of your 401k plan. Like your 401k plan isn't with the bank, it's an investment account. The 401k plan just decides how it's going to get taxed. So I'll tell you this, a mutual fund will grow your money way better than the bank. Or a shoebox or under the mattress.
Okay.
So let me show you something. I showed this family how they can open up a mutual fund with a Roth IRA. Now, have you guys ever heard of a Roth IRA?
No, I have to look it up.
Well, I'm about to change your life. So see, let me explain it to you like this. Brother, there's a bully in America. Do you know what his name is?
The government.
Well, the government, we call him Uncle Sam. So every time you make $1 in America, what does Uncle Sam want?
You want 5?
You want 5? We call that 5 taxes.
$5.
Exactly. So, brother, now, as an investor, what's my job for you, Mr. Devin? How do I show you how to make lots of money, but then again pay very little taxes? See, this family, they open up, I show them how they can open up a Roth IRA. So now when it comes time for them to take their money out, they take it out what? Tax-free.
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 See, let me kind of explain to you why, so you guys are properly educated. See, with a 401k plan, you put your money in there, it doesn't get taxed. Problem is, sir, over time, see, Mr. Denise and Mr. Devin, over time, while your money's growing and growing and growing, guess what Uncle Sam's doing this whole time? Guys, he's going to the gym. He's waiting up there. You come touch that money at 65. You think your retirement's sweet. You come touch that money, bam! You get smacked with taxes half of your time. Be honest, sir. 30 years from now, do you think taxes are going to be higher or lower?
Probably higher. Everything is going higher.
Exactly.
Going lower.
So, the difference with a Roth IRA is, well, brother, when you put your money in, you pay taxes. But now the capital gains, all that interest and dividends off your money, you take it out what? Tax-free.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam can't have a red cent.
Right.
So watch this. With the 100 to 150, we show this family how to save. That money averages a 9 to 12% rate of return. But now, Mr. Devin, watch this. I showed this family how they can retire with a tax-free $412,000 to $731,000.
Yeah.
Still fine.
Well, it sounds good so far.
Now, let me ask you guys a question, right? I got an insurance license and an investment license. Huh? Guys, I can legally offer both of these products. Huh? Let's say I were to sit down with one of your loved ones. Huh? Would you rather we sell them the A side or the B side? The A side?
I think the B side.
No, Brandon, you didn't feel weak, right?
Yeah, the B side.
Well, how'd you feel to know? And what I was really talking to your wife, Mr. Devin, was about a work opportunity. Every time I were to teach your wife how to help a family come from the A side to the B side, brother, the company will pay her $500 to $1,000. Huh? Any questions?
No, repeat. I didn't hear it.
I was saying, anytime, let's say your wife starts working with me part-time, anytime we help a family come from the A side to the B side, or they have no life insurance and investments, we just set them up with the B side. Brother, the company will pay her $500 to $1,000. Huh? Any questions?
Yeah.
Well,
So,
that brings me to our part-time opportunity. See, guys, I believe before you pick up a part-time job doing Uber Eats or DoorDash or working at Walmart part-time, I say take a chance on yourself as a licensed professional. See, Mr. Devin, Mr. Nice, my average part-timer only works about 5 to 10 hours a week. Guys, just helping 3 to 5 clients a month, I can show you how to make an extra $1,500 to $3,000 at the people you see here. Now, Mr. Devin,
I hope it works just like how you're saying it.
Man, I've been doing this for the last 3 years. My name is on the line. I'm Sekou Clarke. This is my office here in Tamarack. If it don't work the same, come hunt me down. But, On a serious note, but I'll tell you this, man. Let's say to come, guys, want to come get started with me in business part time. Well, Mr. Nice, from what I just explained to you, I'm talking schedule. Ma'am, you'll make your own schedule. You can either work with me, either working here in my office or working from home using Zoom. Now, here's the beauty of it, guys. As far as explaining the presentation, doing all that, in the beginning, guess who'll do all the talking, all the explaining for you?
Yep.
Ma'am, I just need you to watch it and pay attention. Eventually you realize, yo, this kid is pretty repetitive. He says this at this point, this at that point. You start to get the hang of it. Now, as far as how I get my clientele, ma'am, there's a couple ways you can go about that. Now, I know some people like knocking on doors. Some people like cold calling the telephone. Mr. Nice, I don't like any of that stuff. I'd rather we talk to people you already know. I mean, friends, family members, church members. Why? Well, ma'am, now working through them and getting referrals, I can show you how to build a clientele that never ends. Mr. Nice, let me ask you guys a question. If I could show you how to make an extra $20,000 to $40,000 a year and no inconvenience of what you currently do, would that be something that you're interested in?
Yes.
Now, do you have any questions as far as what I just explained?
Oh, when does the... Okay, so you have to... How do you learn? Do you have to go to the office?
Nah, we get on Zoom. You see the same way you see me doing this presentation? Man, we'll get on Zoom and you'll just shadow me. You're just going to sit here on the Zoom, take notes as I talk.
Okay.
Yep. And we'll pay you for training every time we close business.
Okay.
So that brings you to our part-time opportunity. Now, to get started with us, well, we do require that you get licensed. Mr. Nice, I'm pretty sure the last guy told you we offer a couple licenses. I can show you how to get a 214, which is a life insurance license. I can also show you how to get a Series 6 investment license. Now, Mr. Nice Devin, all these licenses going through the state of Florida cost about $1,400. Now, let me ask you, is that a lot of money?
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
I'll tell you this, that'd have been a lot of money to me too. When I first seen this presentation, I was a 20-year-old college student. If you'd have asked for $1,400 back then, I'd have had to get back to you. Here's the beauty of our business. Guys, we pay for it. We'll cover all your books, all your classes, state registries, fingerprints, all that. All we ask is that you invest $99 for a background check. $25 for our online portal. Now, Mr. Nice, that's a price of $124. Now, let me ask you, is that price affordable for you?
Yeah.
Now, as you go through training with me, it takes around 7 to 10 days. But during this time, what would you be doing? Well, you're going to watch and observe the presentation. You're going to watch me close sales. You're also going to watch me recruit people. From there, Mr. Nice, we're going to build you a $900 training bonus. Now, ma'am, for you to get this money, I do need you to get licensed. Now, the first license you're going to get is a 214. Now, that is a 10-hour class online. Ma'am, you do an hour a day, be done in 10 days. You do 2 hours a day, be done in 5. We do an in-person class here in my office, or you can study online from home. But from there, you'll be licensed and trained, and we'll have you rocking and rolling with us. Do you have any questions?
Okay. I think what to do now.
All right, you got to think about a work opportunity?
Yeah, so I could start next week.
All right, well, there's one more thing I'd like to show you in the meantime. Is your husband still around?
Yes.
Mr. Devin, oh, he's right here. I want to show you guys what it actually looks like for me to help a client. Like, Mr. Devin, right now, if you don't mind me asking, brother, what do you do for work?
I do maintenance.
Okay, perfect. Now, I had asked your wife earlier, but right now, sir, do you currently own your own life insurance?
No.
Okay, man, I know usually talking to a responsible father like yourself that got kids in the career that he works in but doesn't own any of his own life insurance. But, man, there's usually 1 of 3 reasons. One is whether you probably didn't think you needed it. 2 is you didn't think you could afford it. Or 3 was you just hadn't gotten around to it. Now, out of these 3, which one you say best describes yourself?
Well, I've always tell my wife that we need to get one.
Okay.
She probably thinks we can afford it, or probably because it's kind of hard right now.
I understand. So, I'll tell you this. A lot of people, when they tell me as far as the cost, usually when they see life insurance quotes, it's been the wrong kind of life insurance. Because you know that A-side life insurance I showed you guys earlier, you'd agree that's pretty expensive, right? Now, the question, do you guys have any medical problems? You guys look pretty healthy. If I'm not mistaken, you're pretty young too, right? Like, I know your wife was 34. How old are you, sir?
I'm 35.
Man, you the same age as John. So I'll show you guys this, man. But So I mean, otherwise that, so you do understand the importance of it, right? Like you understand why you need life insurance, sir?
Hey, when I get my first kid, I'm thinking about it.
All right, perfect, man. Well, let me ask you a question then, brother. If I was able to show you how you can get the right amount of coverage for your family at a reasonable cost to you every month, is there any reason why you wouldn't be interested in doing business with us?
I would love that.
Perfect. Now let me show you something real cool. I'm about to show you something, sir, that no life insurance agent will ever do. Brother, I'm going to show you my I'm Free plan. Have you guys ever heard of the I'm Free plan?
No.
Well, brother, this is me, Sekou Clarke. I can't make that up. That's actually my name. I never went to JC. And this is my life insurance policy. So, guys, I got my insurance when I was very young. I'm not married. I don't have any kids. People say, hey, Sekou, why do you have life insurance? Well, Mr. Devin, it's a responsible thing to do. Like, Mr. Nice, I want to make sure, God forbid, anything would have happened to me, my mother and my little sister, they're taken care of. And another thing is this. Do you guys know that life insurance is based off your age and health? Devin,
Yeah.
this is the youngest and healthiest I'm ever going to be. It only gets more expensive from here. That makes sense?
For real, for real.
So now I got it at a locked in rate at the age I'm at now. Brother, I pay $69 a month for my life insurance. I'm covered for $500,000. God forbid anything happens to me, my mother and my little sister get a check for $500,000.
Wow.
Now-
That's amazing.
I'm telling you, this has been the biggest problem in our community. A lot of us as people is just not educated about it. Now, even though I have term life insurance, guys, it allows me to keep my insurance till I'm what age?
Hello.
If you're 95.
Brother, I'm covered for a very long time. Now, our policy comes with other benefits. Let's say I don't you ever heard of a thing called inflation?
Yeah.
Guys, we know
That's
what.
what we're doing now.
Exactly. Well, our life insurance policy accounts for inflation. We do 10% increases for the next 10 years. 10 years from now, my $500,000 will go to $1 million. Why? Because we know what $500,000 now won't be the same as $500,000 10 years from now. Now, let's say we were to get terminally ill, critically ill. I get into a condition I just can't work anymore. They allow me to access 70% of whatever I'm covered for. Now, Mr. Nice, what's 70% of a $500,000? That's $350,000 cash I can use for medical expenses, treatments, even cures. Guys, let me ask you a question. Who do you know that pays $70 a month for a bill that'll bring their family back $500,000 to $1 million in health if they catch cancer?
I think my husband-in-law, he paid $50 for $1 million insurance policy, but I think she had it for a long time.
Yeah, she probably got it when she was like 18 years old.
Yeah.
But I tell you this, man. Now, otherwise, I'm pretty sure you guys know very few people that have that amount of coverage. Would you agree?
I don't know anyone else.
Well, I tell you this. Now, the price I pay for my life insurance is cheaper than my phone bill. Like, let me ask you a question, right? How much would you guys pay for your phone bill right now?
$195.
Question, how much would that phone bill give your family if something would have happened to you?
Nothing.
That's why I like to tell people, right? Your life insurance is also your cheapest bill, but also your most important one. Does that make sense?
For real.
Now, Mr.
Yes.
Devin, I want you guys to know something. I don't want you to have life insurance forever. Do you know what I really want you to have? $1 million cash. Because, guys, let's be honest. If you had $1 million cash right now, would you need life insurance? Or would at that point it just be a luxury?
But still need it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The more the merrier. But I promise you this. You leave your two girls $1 million. They're going to be crying because they miss you. Not because they can't eat. Does that make sense?
For real, for real.
Well, let's talk about it. I want life insurance to be an option for you guys. So, right now, as I mentioned earlier, well, you guys have young children. Y'all need life insurance, right? It's probably the most important time for you guys to have it. But 30 years from now, your youngest child is 33 years old. You guys are just touching 65, 70. What's the number one thing on your mind? Retirement. Well, let me show you what I do for myself, sir. I opened up a mutual fund with a company called Fidelity. Sir, have you ever heard of Fidelity?
Yeah, I know.
Man, Fidelity will change your life. I opened up this mutual fund with just $25. Now, Mr. Devin, I put away about $500 a month in a Roth IRA. Brother, have you ever heard of a Roth? Well, from what I just explained, you heard of a Roth IRA, right?
I know.
Well, let me explain to you what I do for myself. See, whether this company works or not, I'm not working anymore in the next 25 years. Why? Well, me putting away $500 a month, that's $6,000 each year. By the end of it, I'd have put away what? $160,000. You see that? Now, my money, because my money's in a Roth IRA, when it comes time for to take my money out, sir, how much taxes do I have to pay?
None.
Now, Mr. Devin, here's the fun part. My money averaging a 12.49% rate of return. Mr. Nice, how much money would I have in market value? $132,840. Every dollar counts.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll be 46 years old. Now you might be asking yourself, well, so cool, how come your money grows like this and the average person's doesn't? Guys, look at the type of companies my money's invested in. You guys ever heard of companies like Microsoft?
Yeah.
What about Alphabet, which is Google? Mr. Devin, you ever used Amazon?
Use what?
Amazon.
Yeah.
Guys, when was the last time you used Amazon?
I do affiliate marketing, so.
Oh, I remember you. I remember you telling me that when I met you at Publix.
Yeah.
God, thank you so much, Miss Denise, because every time you do, I get paid. We got Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Apple, Salesforce, Uber Technologies, T-Mobile. Please tell me you guys got T-Mobile.
But that's T-Mobile.
Thank you, because every time you don't miss your payment next month, we need that interest to hit my money. Guys, we got over 75 different companies. The money's being professionally managed in them. So watch this. Mr. Devin, Mr. Nice, if I were to pass away too soon, guys, my family get a check for $500,000 to $1 million. If I live too long, by the time I'm 46 years old, I have $1.1 million cash. My question is this, guys.
Right.
How many people do you think have something like this?
Only the rich.
Well, I won't say that per se. And the reason I say that is this. Do you want to know the difference between the rich and the poor?
Sure.
6 inches between their ears. Rich people know things that poor people don't. And they act on those things a lot sooner. But now if we had the same information as the rich do, Mr. Devin, we could do the same exact thing. Does that make sense?
For real.
Well, now my question is, how many people do you think need something like this?
Everyone needs something like that.
Well, now, if you're anything like myself, you might be asking, well, what would it cost for you guys to set up a game plan like this for yourselves?
I would love to know.
Well, brother, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a quote for life insurance before? Do you have any idea how much it costs you?
Well, my wife checks out life insurance for mom and dad, and it was like
We were paying $180 a month.
Woo!
$80.
Ah, my heart. That's
But
a,
it lapsed.
it lapsed.
I don't have it anymore.
That was what you were paying for your mom and dad. Huh? Did you guys have a policy on yourselves before?
No, we were thinking after.
Well, let me show you guys something. Give me 1 second while I pull up the numbers. Now, I'm gonna show you Mr. Devins first, but before I do that, I want to show you guys a thing called a money commitment, right? Because clearly, whatever quote I show you, I want it to make sense to you financially, something that suits your budget. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, give me 1 second. So, Mr. Devin, let's just say the average person makes around $1,000 a month. Now, I know you make more, sir, but let's just say you only made $1,000 a month. Well, my man, experts recommend if money's really tight, you put 10% of your monthly income towards your life insurance and investments. So what's that? What's 10% of $1,000, man? That's $100. For a job a bit more neutral, then you guys do 15%. 15% of $1,000, that's $150. For a job that's tight, well, then you use 20%. 20% of $1,000, that's $200. Now, let me ask you, out of these three, which one you say best suits your budget? 100, 150, or 200?
100.
Perfect. Now, luckily, you guys are very young, so the price of insurance is very cheap for a 35-year-old and a 34-year-old.
Yeah.
Perfect. Give me 1 second, sir. Now, working with this quote of 100, I'm gonna show you what the numbers will look like. Now, you ain't got no. You said you don't have any medical problems, do you, sir?
No. Just asthma. It don't bother me like that.
I don't think asthma counts, sir, but let me favor log to your PO. All right, perfect. So, and same thing for you, Mr. Nice. $100 budget as well. One second.
It's the minority.
Give me 1 second. I'm having the same issue, bro. You guys, give me 1 second while I play with the numbers real quick, all right?
Problem, man. Take your time.
All right.
Okay, tomorrow.
Same thing, bro. It's just not going.
The insurance company doesn't give it to the family. The insurance company keeps it. Now, how would you feel if you were paying $350 a month? They make you pay for two things: an insurance and a savings. And you pass away.
But then it's covered, and then you would punch.
But the company can't. Yeah, because like, hold on, if I'm paying for two things, my family better get both. They better get the same.
You know, you already see already.
I know you.
And then choose this cigar that is anymore.
So, those content creators, they be making a lot of money selling people products like this. Now, this same family, right? Thank God they met Dakota, right? What can Dakota do? What separates Dakota from the content creator is Dakota not only has an insurance license, but Dakota also has an investment license, right? And with that investment license, Dakota sat down with the same family and showed them, hey, that same $350 a month y'all are paying, you could have actually got a term insurance policy that allows you to get more coverage, and you can get an IRA with that same money, right? So what Dakota did was show the husband and wife, hey, Mr. John, man, you can actually get $500 of term insurance on yourself, $500 of term insurance on your wife, for a 30-year term, that costs $150 a month. Now, why is this life insurance better than the one they had previously?
I don't know what flag.
Well, if John passed away over here, his wife this year is going to get $500,000.
Hello?
Y'all cooking for me, yeah.
Oh, he's off right there.
She's going to get $1 million instead of getting $250,000. And Dakota just saved them $200 back in their pocket. Now, why is that better?
Okay.
Well, that $200 be
Bro,
some money
something
coming
weird
work
when
with
it's
the IRA
over.
company. I
I'm
personally
about to
use
cry.
Fidelity, but we have like corporate, Lincoln. Do any of these investment companies look familiar to you at all?
Okay, so
If you use your phone, you kind of
alright.
now I use
Just check it out.
Did they use there?
other companies.
Yeah.
And if so,
No
There's a policy on that. Don't scare me.
come up with it.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I thought
Okay,
it was
try
the race, but you know, that's not
now, and you ask any grown up, every grown up will tell you. Fidelity,
Has this ever happened before?
Yeah, it happens. It happens very often.
It does?
Yes.
Right?
That was very often.
Companies save your money way better than Chase, Bank of America, and Walmart. Bank of America. Well, also too, they'll save your money way better than your life insurance policies. So by Dakota educating that family to open up, let's say, a Sage or Voya, a Fidelity account with that $200, and then he teach them to put it in a Roth IRA, so now their money can grow tax free. Now they're gonna be earning up to 9 to 12% interest, which is way better than that 1 to 5% interest they was getting in that life insurance. Now saving $200 a month at 35 years old, earning 9 to 12%. 30 years later, when they turn 65, they'll have from $345,000 to $622,000. And that money is tax free. Now, why is this savings better than the life insurance savings? Well, they don't have to borrow loan money from the IRA. They can just make a withdrawal. And the IRA can be connected to their bank account.
Oh, that's what on the inside. Yeah, there's a scanner watching.
So, also, you know,
You know, when that was from the music of black fruit, what by goes on. It's a me both side. Oh, this
the way over here, they're gonna leave their kids the $500,000 and they can leave their family the money that they have.
Your people working?